Good morning, everyone. So this is Anudip sir here. So I hope everybody is safe and fine at your homes. So today, I will start with TQ Module 5, Tools and Techniques. Okay, so these are the syllabus. So that is first one. So we'll discuss about benchmarking. Then we will deal with information technology. Then later stages we will discuss QMS. So that is quality management systems. Then environmental management systems and quality function deployment. And then quality by design. Then failure mode and how to analyze it using effect analysis and product reliability and TPDM, that is total productive maintenance. So these are the syllabus in your fifth module. So we'll discuss everything one by one. So first one, so what is meant by benchmark? So you all know what is meant by benchmark, isn't it? So it is nothing but it is a process of comparing something or someone with the best practice. That is nothing but you might have heard. So our company has the benchmark in the industry. So that is, so either you may take automobile manufacturing industry. So there, so which has set a benchmark. So that is in engine parts. So Rolls Royce has kept the benchmark, isn't it? So that is highest quality, highest performing, that is engine. So that is why we keep it tell it as benchmark, set the benchmark. That is, so benchmark is originally that is originated from geographical surveying to mark elevation. It is nothing but a reference point for comparison, so we keep it as reference point. So that is, so they have set a benchmark, so we have to go beyond it. Okay, so that means we have to keep a benchmark so that it should what you can call it should be higher than that of the benchmark set by the current best company. So it is also a performance level accepted as standard or recognized as excellent or best in class. Okay, next coming to what is a benchmarking. Now you know what is benchmark. Now what is meant by benchmarking? So it is nothing but it is a procedure followed in order to attain that benchmark according to international benchmarking. So clearinghouse, so how they define benchmarking. So this benchmarking is a systematic and continuous measuring process to compare an organization's business. That is, in order to compare your organization's business against business leaders, okay, anywhere in the world, to gain information, so which will help the organization to take action to improve its performance. So this is how they define benchmarking. So in a simple terms, so this benchmarking is nothing but you are doing a systematic and continuous measuring process of your business with the, you're comparing your business so with the business of a leader. Then you gain the information from them, so which will help your organization to take action to reach that goal or that benchmark. So that is nothing but your benchmarking. So in order to reach benchmarking, so you have to take different actions and measures in your industry, so that your performance, your quality should increase in order to reach that benchmark. So now we will see different types of benchmarking. So in different types of benchmarking, we have two types of benchmarking. So one is internal benchmarking and the second one is external benchmarking. So in internal benchmarking, so internal benchmarking is nothing but inside our industry. Inside our industry, obviously in the industry, so we will have multiple departments. Okay, so in separate department, for example, if I take the manufacturing of metal tools, so there first, so we will have the powder metallurgy part, then we have the sintering part. So after sintering, so sintered products will be compressed, then later the parts will be machined. Okay, so these are the multiple operations, sequence of operations that will be there. So in each operation, that is in each plant, so there should be benchmark setup. So that is nothing but that is one of the type of benchmarking. That is, you have to set the benchmark in your own department or units bar divisions. So this comes under internal, that is inside your own industry. Next, coming to external, so that is when you deal with the external sources, that is, so reverse engineering. Then competitive, that is same industry. So for example, you have the candle industry and you have multiple candle industries, so you have to compete with them so that you should be best in class. Okay, so that is competitiveness. Next one is functional in the sense what are the process they are using, then what are the outcomes they are getting, then the quality what they are using. So all those things comes under functional. Okay. So what is their functional point of view, who are pioneers, so that comes under functional benchmarking. So next, coming to generic benchmarking. So generic benchmarking is nothing but best practice, who is using the best practice, so in order to, that is in order to like manufacture the products. So best practice in essential, if I want to give the example, so Toyota, what they do is that, say they take orders and they manufacture. So priorly they won't manufacture and they don't keep any stocks. So whereas your Maruti Suzuki and all the industry, Hyundai and all, so what they do, they go on manufacturing and they will feel like someone will take the product. Then depending on the rate of the buying from the customer end, they keep on producing that car. So that is how they do. But sometimes the times like this pandemic, so what happens in the sense, there will be no demand. So even then the Maruti Suzuki have already produced the products, so that will be there in the inventory. So when those cars are there in the inventory, so what are the losses that will get? It is the vehicles should be maintained, then serviced, then inventory house should be there, then inventory management has to be there, electricity. So all those things are wastes. So this waste leads to loss. Okay. So that is why, so this this is what I compared with the best practice. So that is why we tell as Toyota as a best practice. Next, depending on the what is being compared, so we have four types of benchmarking. So first one is performance benchmarking. So performance benchmarking, so we will check which is giving very good performance. So for example, if you want to give the example of engine, so we all know that the engine manufactured by Rolls-Royce is a very good high performance engine. So that is why it has set the benchmark. That is nothing but the performance benchmarking. Next, coming to the product and product benchmarking, due to the different features they give, then whatever the securities they have, so everything, safety, so everything, that is the specification of a product. So based on that we have product benchmarking. So if I want to give the example for product benchmarking, it would be iPhone, isn't it? So they give new features, so every time when they launch new phones, then their security is very good. So after giving a new performance, then later on the China phones, they copy all the features, then they give it with a very low price. Then process benchmarking. So what are all the recent technology, so inventing the recent technology, continuous R&D, so all those things comes under process benchmarking. Then strategic benchmarking in a sense, so they have to produce maximum amount of products within a limited amount of time. So what are the strategies they make in order to, that is highly what you can call efficient. Okay, so efficient strategies which they build, so that is the strategic benchmarking. Next, what are the three key roles of benchmarking? So three key roles of benchmarking: widen the competition base by exposing to external market forces. Roles in the sense, why you have to keep this benchmarking? So what are the other benefits that will bring this benchmarking bring to you in person? That is, widen the competition base by exposing to external market forces. So what happens when you have benchmark? Okay, so obviously the customers will be attracted to you. So whenever they come to know that you have set the benchmark, so your quality, performance, everything is good, obviously the market will lean towards you. Next, accelerate the TQM process by providing the opportunity to learn from others, adopt and improve. So as I said, so you have to adopt this, you have to set the benchmark. In order to reach that benchmark, there are several actions that need to be taken. So while you need to take that action as well as while planning. So you have to learn from others might be from external or from the internal end itself, either from it may be from the lower level employees. Okay, so you have there is an opportunity to learn from others. So after learning, you are adopting all those actions in your plan, then you have to improve it. And then third one is act as a tool for a corporation to improve overall industry performance. When you follow the first two steps immediately, so what happens, industry performance will increase. Then how do we improve? So in order to improve, so first we have to set a mindset. Okay, so you should have a mindset for benchmarking, not only just for a namesake. You should not set the benchmark, so it will never be completed. So therefore, so what you have to have, you should have the focus, you should have the mindset for benchmarking. So these are the questions that need to be analyzed in your auditing or in your meetings, everything. That is, first one is how well we are doing compared to others. So when compared with the others in the same industry, so how well we are doing, where are we standing? So we have to see our stand first. Then how good do we want to be? That is, what are the where we should stand, what should be our goal, what should be our motive. Then who is doing it the best, so who has set the benchmark in our industry line, so that you need to check. Then how did they do it, so what are the steps, what are the action they took in their industry, so that they achieved that goal. Then how can we adopt what they do to our institution? This whatever they adopted, so which are the things that we can intake from them. So then how well we can do than the best. So the best, so what they are doing, they have set some benchmark, so we have to do better than them, so in order to set a new benchmark. So how can we do that? So these are the mindset that should be there in every employees. Okay. Then coming to benchmarking roadmap. So benchmarking roadmap in the sense, so how well you can plan and you can execute the actions in order to reach the benchmark, in order to set the benchmark. So first, initially, mission as well as vision. So as I said in the previous classes, what is meant by vision? Vision is nothing but the long-term goals. So whereas mission is nothing but a step-by-step procedure to reach that vision. Next, what we have to do, we have to assess the current performance of the industry. Okay, after assessing the current performance of the industry, next we have to, that is, set the benchmark in each department. As I said in the earlier, that is, internal benchmarking has to be done. So that is, all the department individually, they have to set some benchmark and they have to see that all the products are reaching that benchmark. The next one is identifying the best practice. So how can you identify the best practice? It is, either you will have the R&D department in your industry. If not, so you have to go to the consultants or peer groups, then collaborative approaches, or there will be some association of engineers, then or else, so you have to approach the government in order to select the best practices. Then you have to set the benchmark. So after setting benchmark, you should not leave like that. Then what you need to do, you have to adopt the best practice so that your product will reach the benchmark. Then after adopting the best practice throughout the industry, so you have to do the performance analysis or performance evaluation. So whether whatever the actions so that we have taken, is it sufficient enough to take us to the benchmark? Okay, so this is nothing but benchmarking roadmap. So I will end my class here, and next class I will continue. Thank you.